Welcome to the lovely IHP community and 5D Collective. Merry Christmas Eve and day for tomorrow. We have some lovely messages, food for thought, channeled guidance, and we began with a short. We will continue with the extended. So, forever growing like the tree of life. Good luck. Obviously, this is our lovely wheel of fortune that with the Dharma wheel you love to wield. And that's thanks to also self-worth and love, which is how we spread joy, love, laughter, Christmas, cheer, and brighter wishes for the future, but not just wishes. We have our two hands and our 2 feet, and thanks to Holy Spirit and Akash and Universe and Source and Reiki and everything, all the melting pots of spirituality and sciences with the integrated brain people, we're having a really great time. So secure attachment is what it is to be in our 5D collective. We've been talking about this. It's not ours. It's a state of consciousness. It's a frequency. And there's a lot of different ways that the esoteric people spell it and not spell it. So we're all just bringing it all together again. Restorative embodiment. It's fun. That's when you are enveloped by God, heaven, also Akash, the quantum field, coherent state, a lot more, flow, everything is just mwah. So you'll know it because I know it. So the way I know it, you can know it too. And that's anybody who has, again, the integrated brain or pursues it. Because that's why the inner growth mindset, mindfulness, and mindset practices. Or anybody who will come to be more of their true self when they hear empowered stories, but also when we have the ascension energies come about. So I get to be a channeler and a guide and a hilarious entertainer for the ones of you who are here with the gift of 5D Christ consciousness. And again, we're not liked by all. We know that they like to use Lucifer's name anytime anybody does anything differently than the non-bilaterally rigid, unauthentic, low self-esteem brain and person will bring forth. So 3D 4D, they are unfortunately in their biological rudeness. We don't need to lecture them. We're not their therapists and we're not their parents, and their parents, obviously we know where they came from too, because we came from our past too. So we don't perpetuate transgenerational cultural trauma, generalization, stereotypes. We don't allow stupidity, fear, and ignorance to lead the way. Why we make fun of people who spread rumors like yoga brings demons out of you. Well, do you also understand why they think that? Because of, the people they follow and that they listen to. And really, I get people telling me neuroscience, everyone needs something to believe in, when I explain to them how Patrick McNamara has proven no demon owns and possesses anyone, and as a person who is attachment trauma informed. So again, I digress. Let me share our lovely channeled guidance, messages, and food for thought. With every home comes a different set of inner growth opportunities for you to connect to your spirituality and or mindful whole self and gain or keep internal secure attachment with an owned sense of self. For those who awaken from spiritual narcolepsy, from homes that didn't provide safety at heart, the journey is twofold. However, just as straightforward in the opportunity to pursue inner growth instead of inner critic. And that's because, you get to wield those thoughts and also when we're interacting together, okay? And here's where the opportunities that have arisen to have you awaken to a life of meaning and connection beyond the solo self with an owned solo self will have involved unconditionally loving yourself and others with flaws, imperfections, integrity, and authenticity. Making amends where mistakes or errors are made, forgiving yourself and others, and owning up to what you know you had to clear. So owning up means that we process the emotions. They're not hard. You witness, they come up, you understand them, you have a good relationship with your emotional body. Otherwise, you're not an empowered feminine, and you wouldn't be an empowered masculine either. Okay, so that's the coherent state. It's a whole self. You are internally a whole self and relationally too. That's why a woman is not empowered all by myself. That's not how you learn to be in your restorative embodiment at all. It's just how you pretend to be in one. And you can use your brain in a way that is fabulous, but I'm going to notice that you're cut off from pure consciousness and pure energy, Purusha Prakriti, because you're going to be enamored with yourself and or one focused. And your energy body will tell me about it immediately, because we're all the first three things that you want to be aware of is you have three ways your nervous system is going to engage. And if you know the ventral vagal state, social engagement, awesome. That's your safety. And so if you are called to be gooey ooey, there you go, you're 5D. If you're called to be threat, no, that's all the other ancient history people. And they go between threat and life threat. So it's really not fun for them to navigate life. But that's okay because they don't want to be in human bodies or with human people, which is why they will follow men or women who tell them all alone you'll be able to be that success. And you can tell that they are, again, one focused and or enamored with themselves. Just go follow the fancy ladies and men with suits. The more they dress up, the more you know. And it's not about the dress up, because I can dress up too. It's really about, again, the energetic field. You will know it. If you're in the 5D frequency, obviously, and state of consciousness. Otherwise, you will be able to contemplate it. And if you don't lie to yourself, then you'll be able to know it. And we have an embodiment on screen who lies to herself. She says, I'm not going to do anything because people are fucked up. Instead of saying, I'm really, really afraid to connect my emotional body. It scares the shits out of me, as my smart therapists have shared with me. So I'm going to choose to stick to my unhealthy self-soothing patterns and allow myself to continue to suffer from my heart and open and close it and not go and take my 1-year-old and 3-year-old back and actually allow myself to feel good in my own body by becoming an internally securely attached 1-year-old. She's really doing herself a disservice. Not anybody else, because she'll meet people who will, like her, decide that humans are fucked up, and so they stay in the human suffering love narrative, and they will fancily use, again, those words. But in the meantime, back to us. So again, you cleared what you knew would be cleared, and it's not by pretending. You are working to continuously build a soft relationship. Mindfulness, mindset, and mindset practices soft relationship with thoughts and emotions. It's why you're connecting to pure consciousness. You're choosing integration of the brain and a whole self. You also have, in fact, been brought to pivot your life and relationships where need be and put all things in alignment for an abundant future with genuine and authentic love. It's really awesome, isn't it? And you are now aware and growing an environment that holds healthy self-worth people and mystics, while also recalibrating those life events and relationships that lack authenticity and genuine care. We don't cut anybody out. We just place those healthy boundaries. Your secure connection relationships have brought to you the most growth and taught you to pursue and have healthy self-worth and love. They have helped you gain wholeness from within with an open heart. And they have taught you how relationships with people with open hearts work. And that they don't ask of each other anything except to share the true you and who you are from the heart. And in this way, create and cultivate truly genuine and loving relationships. As my voice goes out, memories and life moments that last a lifetime, enrich life and strengthen healthy self-worth and, again, loving relationships. They're not all loving. So these special moments and secure connection relationships also add meaning to life and every single day. And as they add up, so does the love of life and you sharing yourself with others as a spiritually, mindfully living and loving person or mystic with flaws, integrity, and authenticity. Welcome, 5D Collective, and to all that awaits you and us as we walk the earth with Christ consciousness and spread the unconditional love and forgiveness that Jesus taught us, and that comes from living a restorative embodiment, human integrated brain, secure attachment life that Dr. Daniel Siegel has taught me. Janina Fisher, Bezel van der Kolk, Peter Levine, Stephen Porges, Patrick McNamara, all these sciences that have given me the opportunity to tell you science and spirituality come together. God told me to mind my own business about the 0-1-year-olds who don't want to go and heal their trauma. And I will, in fact, know why. As a mystic, I have a nice, big relationship beyond God and Holy Spirit. So I know the future too. And again, it's not provable. We don't try to prove things. Just know that everything's going to be A-OK. And that's for real, not pretend. We might have an asteroid hit us, but luckily we have people who invest in space weather. So hopefully they keep on doing stuff that can keep us from getting some asteroid to hit us. So thanks to mindfully, again, spiritually living and loving people, as you be yourself this way, you will have the habit of an inner growth mindset for sure, mindfulness practices and mindset skills when dealing with your day-to-day life and relationships. You walk this earth with the birthright that is meant for every human being out there. This is what Dr. Daniel Siegel informs me of. This is what I'm sharing too, and that's what God already again told me. We have the free will choice. Robert Sapolsky says we don't. I'm going to say that with science and spirituality coming together, we have a good shot shot through the heart and no one's to blame. We get rid of trauma. Well, we don't get rid of it that way, but we do support secure attachment, functional adult healthy self-worth relationships. So true love, okay? So we walk around, we walk a walk and talk a talk. Not like walk like me, not pretending. No, we are actually all Pachas. Remember this. Pacha from Cusco land. He's the one that I will use to help you understand what it means to walk what Jesus taught us, because he does it with Cusco, who turns around, tries to kill him and a lot more, and he continues to keep his promise. He doesn't do it because he has any kind of agenda. He doesn't think I'm going to get rewarded. He doesn't think I'm forgiven. He doesn't think. No. I was taught that there's some decency in every person. You got a heart. I know you do. And this is where forgive, for they do not know. Stephen Porges, what are the three things? You have social safety or you don't. And if you don't, it's very sad. I don't need to treat you the way you were treated. In fact, I won't. I'll treat you in the way you weren't treated, and then I will hope that your body will be loud enough for you to say yes to it. But if it isn't, then that means you are even more scared. And if you follow fancy men and women in suit, I will allow myself to mind my own business, because I'm an empowered feminine who knows what free will means from God, and how connection to source and God and blind faith is for you to choose. And with Robert Sapolsky, we can know that when we go to a courtroom, anyone who is in that evil Michael Stone, they all end up in prison and they all need therapy. And anybody who's sliding by, well, there's Pinocchio on his island having a good time. No, not really, but they think they are while they watch shitty movies. And spread rumors like yoga brings demons out of you, or that Reiki is bad energy, or that tarot's bad, or, anything that Cusco will make up, because that's where teenagers, they just make up some stories so they can, leaving it alone. As I close us out, again, we get to walk around and share with everybody their birthright is to live restorative embodiment life with an integrated brain. So this is an inner self and a relation self that has wholeness, because we are whole and we have no shame, not even a little bit, to be seen, to be soothed, to be safe, to be secure. So I'm going to talk and walk, and if you don't like my tale, I won't feel shame as a grown-up. I'm going to be non-reactive. Thank you for your time and have a good time. So restorative embodiment, self-aware, accountable, and regulating, integrated brain, people, and mystics. We own the mind, heart, body, self of our own, and then we share with others, and we share with others with enjoyment, pure bliss and pure enjoyment. This is why it's beautiful to be a functional inner child adult. Welcome aboard, lovely 5D collective. May all your functional inner child adult wishes come true, and let me count the ways that I love every single one of you and humanity as that functional adult in a secure attachment way. But I am an inner child at heart. So some people want it to happen, some wish it would happen, and others make it happen. Michael Jordan, we have healthy adult relationships and news stories that heal trauma for those who want it. And we put into practice also mindset, mindfulness, and mindsight. Welcome aboard. Have a wonderful Christmas Eve and Christmas. Mwah. Kisses to all. If you don't like kisses, I give hugs. And if you don't like any, here's your fist bumps, whatever it is. But I do love to hug. And I'm also Neapolitan Italian, so we do the two kisses. I like my heritages as. And we'll be back again with more. Potentially later, potentially the next days, potentially not. We'll find out. In the meantime, thanks again and have a wonderful day.